Thinking about moving to Rigby, Idaho? Here's a few things you should know before you make that jump. If you guys like my videos, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And also, if you're looking to move this way, please feel free to reach out. My contact info is down below. I can definitely help you with your search if you're moving here into the Southeast Idaho area. Rigby is just a tiny little town that's nestled right in between Idaho Falls and Rexburg. You know, it has been a growing town. It's got a little over 5,000 people. Their school is really good. Rigby's got a great program. As you know, if you're diehard football fans, their program has been stellar the last few years. Also, you know, just their academia has been very well. According to gradeschool.org, they give them a 6 out of 10. They really prep your kids for college and higher education. They have different language and like inclusion programs where they can learn different languages, you know, like Spanish. And I believe there's like a Chinese class as well that you can learn different languages. There's a lot of, you know, quite a bit of diversity in just that small town. So they really do a great job with the school to include a lot of different people with different backgrounds and maybe even languages. Rigby is a 5A school. That is the biggest class of schools in Idaho, which is 5A, and they've been winning state for a few years now against a lot of the Boise schools, which is pretty tough since the Boise schools have a lot bigger programs, more kids to choose from. So it's pretty cool to see that they've been competing really well with them. There's only a couple other 5A schools through the Southeast Idaho region, but Rigby does a really good job. You know, they do really well as well. They keep kids pretty active. People in Rigby, a lot of them will, you know, commute either to Idaho Falls or to Rexburg as far as work. There's also a lot of blue collar jobs in Rigby as well. But you know, just like Idaho Falls, you could say the major employment is the site, which is the Idaho National Laboratory. Also, there is Melaleuca. You could go to BYU, Idaho. There is a company there in Rigby called Climb. They've got awesome, you know, snow gear. If you're an avid snow machine rider, you know, a lot of times you've probably already heard of them, but they've got great snow clothes, snow equipment, you name it, and it's pretty stylish. They're pretty world-renowned. Rigby is also one of the founders of the television. You know, they're the ones that kind of pioneered the technology to create the television. So that's one of its, you know, famous historical facts about Rigby is the fact that, you know, the inventor and the concepts of the television came from Rigby, Idaho. So since Rigby is such a small town, I mean, people compare it to like a farming town. You know, everybody kind of knows everybody, and that's originally how it was. It's very, very big in agriculture. A lot of farmers, you know, live in the Rigby, Jefferson County area, and they, you know, that's kind of their main source of economy. They have potato processing plants also there in Rigby because, you know, like everybody knows, Idaho grows a lot of potatoes and really good potatoes. So farming kind of is just the starting point for a lot of these towns around here. It's still happening. We still have tons of farming going on around here, but you know, with the INL, Melaleuca, BYU, Idaho, Climb, and a lot of, you know, that entrepreneurial spirit with, you know, plumbers, electricians, carpenters, you name it. I mean, there's so many different avenues for the economy. We've been very stable. And, you know, a lot of things that people love about Rigby is the fact that their property taxes are, you know, tend to be the lower end of all the areas around here. When that happens, yeah, your prices are a little bit more, but you know what? You're not paying as much for taxes. Another cool thing that people really like about Rigby is, you know, a lot of times when you're on the outskirts of the city of Rigby, your lot sizes typically are anywhere from a half acre to an acre. That's something that they take pride in, you know, having some space, being able to do some things that you wouldn't really be able to do living in, you know, a tight subdivision where you're only on a quarter acre or a third acre. A lot of these subdivisions in Rigby are, you know, like I said, half acre to an acre, which allows, you know, for that space and to be able to, you know, put a shop on there, to, you know, raise maybe some pigs or chickens chickens or cows, have, you know, a horse or something like that. You know, a lot of people just kind of like that lifestyle and being able to have that space, especially the locals. I mean, we're not so tight on being close to each other, but you know, Idaho Falls has kind of started to do that more and more, and Rigby, and kind of holding true to keeping some space. Not a lot of restaurants here because of it being a small town. I mean, you've got some small sandwich shops, pizza shops. You've got a couple other Mexican restaurants as well. You know, I mean, that's about it for here. You've got some local boutiques. You do have one major grocery store, which is Brolem's. They started in Rigby, and now they've kind of expanded, and they've got grocery stores all throughout southeast Idaho. They have great produce and, you know, great pricing as well. If you're looking for more shopping, you know, a lot of people just head to Idaho Falls. That's where they have all the major shops, the retail stores. I mean, that's kind of the hub of southeast Idaho is, you know, Idaho Falls. You know, Pocatello definitely is. They're a little bit farther south, but for sure Idaho Falls is kind of the hub for that, which draws a lot of attention with restaurants and shopping. But it's only a short drive. I mean, you can get, you know, inside of downtown Idaho Falls within, you know, 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes. Also, there's not really a nightlife in Rigby, Idaho. I mean, you can get creative with doing outdoorsy things. You're in a great spot with being super close to some mountains. There's some great hiking trails, mountain biking trails, camping spots down by the river. You're really close to what's called Bear World. Bear World is just right on kind of the county line road between Jefferson County and Madison County. So right in between Rigby and Rexburg. And it's kind of like a mini Yellowstone. It's just a really compact area where you can definitely get some sightings of deer, elk, goats, bears, buffalo, you name it. I mean, they're all there. It's quite an attraction site for visitors. Tourists love going there, taking your little kids there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. They do a Cub Palooza every year where all the new cubs that are born, you get to go and actually get to kind of see them, and they're pretty cute. Also, with where Rigby is, you're really close to Jackson, Wyoming, and you're also pretty close to Yellowstone as well. You know, and it's, you know, you've got also the Snake River that runs, you know, not right through the town like Idaho Falls, but it is always curving, you know, in and out of these towns, which is great for fishermen. One last thing I forgot to mention, Rigby also has its own little man-made lake, Rigby Lake. It's a great spot to hang out in the summertime, do some paddle boarding, swimming. You know, it's not big enough really for boats to go on it, but you know, you can definitely have a great time there. A lot of camping spots, RV spots around Rigby Lake as well, and they put on a pretty good fireworks show when it comes to 4th of July. Great place to hang out with your family. Well, that's kind of what I have for you guys here today. We'll definitely be doing some community tours, property walkthroughs, to show you what you can get in Rigby, Idaho, and also what to look for. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming up here shortly. Please, again, like I said, like, subscribe, comment. Feel free to reach out if you've got any real estate goals wanting to move to this, you know, to Rigby, anywhere in southeast Idaho. Please let me know. I'd love to help you guys out and, you know, show you a bunch of homes and see what we can definitely do to help you out with that. Thanks, guys. We'll see you soon.